For many people getting ready to retire, one of the biggest concerns that I hear often is, can I count on and can I rely on Social Security? For a lot of pre-retirees, just like those who are recently retired, they've been paying in the system their entire life. They hope that they get some sort of benefit throughout retirement that will help supplement their other retirement income sources. But for a lot of people over the last 5 years, all they've heard about is in 2032, 2033, Social Security is going to be depleted. The trust fund is going to run out and Social Security will cease to exist. And in reality, I think that is the least likelihood scenario to happen. So I want to give you guys 3 reasons why I, with a high level of confidence, feel that Social Security is here to stay. And it is something that pre-retirees can count on with a high level of confidence to be there to support and supplement their other retirement income sources for the next 25, 35 years. First, if Social Security goes away, it would be an economic disaster. 65 million people right now are on Social Security or are receiving some sort of Social Security benefit. If Social Security were to go away tomorrow, I off the top of my head, I think it's, right now there are about 22% of people aged 65 or older who are close to the poverty line. And if Social Security were to go away, I think that jumps up to mid 40s. So there is a lot of people who depend on Social Security to meet their basic standard of living. If that gets taken away, they would fall into abject poverty. We can't have that in America. That's not something, regardless of who you are and what you believe, we can allow to happen. So economically, just not something that feasibly can take place because of the disaster that would ensue if Social Security were to ever go away. Point number 2 is it's political suicide. If you talk to anybody on either side of the aisle, regardless of how extreme your political beliefs are, in most instances, getting rid of or cutting Social Security completely is a pretty far out point to have, considering the damage it would do to a high level of people. Now, I know a lot of younger individuals would say, hey, I got no problem getting rid of Social Security. I haven't paid in the system that long, but what about for the people who have? Who ends up getting the wrong side of that deal if Social Security were to go away? What generation or what group of people, specifically what age group of people, will end up holding the bag as far as them paying into the system forever and then not getting any benefit back? So politically, specifically since a big demographic that takes Social Security right now are baby boomers, and that is still a very large and very prominent voting demographic, politically it just doesn't make any sense to get rid of Social Security. But anything political, they always wait to the 11th hour to get changes made. So I would not expect anything done anytime soon to revive Social Security. But I don't believe any politician would want that on their hands because it is political suicide. And then finally, the third point, and I think the biggest reason why Social Security is going to be just fine long term, is that the fix to fund Social Security is relatively simple and isn't that painful. So there are a number of different levers we can pull to get more money into the Social Security Administration trust fund. Some levers people like, some levers people won't, but there are many options and none of them are very extreme. For example, we could raise the level of income earned that Social Security is applied to. I think right now, or in 2025, it was right around 178, 180,000. So they could raise it to 240, which means anybody making $240,000 of income, Social Security tax would be applied to that. That would be a huge boost. The other, and I think easiest option, is to slightly increase the payroll tax that Social Security is applied to for the employer and the employee. Now, that would be really unfavorable, but it would be a small and very quick fix, and it would be easy to kind of slip through. So instead of paying your 6.2% to Social Security, the employer and the employee, you then could increase that to 7.1. Again, paychecks would drop a little bit, but in the long run, would people be as hurt if that were to happen compared to Social Security completely going away? I don't think so. And then there are other things they're able to do that would adversely affect younger generations, like raising the age of when you're eligible to take Social Security. Right now, you can take it with a reduced benefit at age 62. I could see them raising that to age 65 and then raising the age of full retirement age to like 70. That would be a huge boon because it would force people to have to pay in longer and take it later in life. So if you're within 5 years of retirement and you really are on the fence of debating whether you should include or not include Social Security in your retirement planning projections, in just your overall retirement plan, I think you would be foolish not to, because I think Social Security is not only going to be around, but it's going to be funded. I don't think benefits are going to get cut. I just don't think this is a high priority for anybody to change until it gets to the 11th hour. So I would not be surprised if action on this doesn't take place until 2031, 2032, right before benefits are expected to become reduced, just because that's how our politicians work and that's how big decisions are usually made. Deadlines create urgency. But up until then, I think people should have a lot of confidence using Social Security in their retirement projections. I don't think that's going to hurt them in the long run. I think that will give them a more complete and accurate picture of what their overall retirement income plan could be. So when it comes to Social Security, I lean on the bright side. I say plan with it. And I say that there should be a high level of confidence for every pre-retiree and current retiree that it will be there for them for the entirety of their retirement.